Something different that we go on the road. Try to keep everything the same. When it is our meeting times, our downtime, our time to go to walkthroughs and things like that. Keep our routine.
I think it definitely is a rivalry in the making, and I think a lot of times, like I feel like almost Alabama A&M's becoming a rivalry after that first us beating them the first year in SEC play. And I think rivalries kind of develop over wins and losses, kind of uncharacteristically. But since there's some history with LSU, and I feel like recruiting is Texas, Louisiana, just kind of it's always been kind of back and forth with those two states, and we're so close in geographic location that I think it definitely is shaping up to be a rivalry, and I think we're playing them, I guess, in a couple of years in Thanksgiving or next year. So it's definitely developed into a rivalry for sure.
Any old Aggies try to tell you about the importance of the old series or anything along those lines?
I was at Cracker Barrel the other day, and there was a man that stopped me, and we talked about it. I cannot remember his name for the life of me, but he was talking about the rivalry and when he played, and so it was neat to hear that from a former player and A&M student. So.
What did he tell you?
He just was talking about some of the things that were thrown at him while he was down on the field, and to be alert. And so I'll probably just keep my helmet on the whole game just in case so I don't get a concussion.
So what is your expectation for Tiger Stadium?
Like I said earlier, Death Valley I think sums it up, and you always hear about it when you're growing up, depending on where you are as a college football fan. It's going to be an exciting venue. I mean, no doubt. Those fans are nuts, and I love it. And getting to go on the road as a team and to really unite together and go against virtually the whole state of Louisiana, except for I think I have some cousins down there. Other than that, it'll be really exciting. So I'm looking forward to it.
Pressure on you to have to face these two teams that even though LSU has a little bit of a weaker record right now, they're still a tough team. When you got Missouri, who's done really well this season, do you feel a little bit of added pressure to close out the season strong?
No pressure. I mean, it's still a game. Every week it's pressure to win. So the only pressure there is just you gotta win each game.
Grow up following?
No, sir. I actually grew up. It's funny because I wasn't a football fan until I was about 12 years old, and then when I was a football fan, I was a fan of the Florida Gators. So I was never really swayed to go to LSU.
Did you go to a lot of games in Death Valley?
I've never been to a game in Death Valley. My first college football game was a Florida game my freshman year.
How much do you relish the two challenges you have in front of you? LSU, Missouri, both road games, both great opponents to close out the year.
Well, it's just it's kind of gaining your respect type of thing. You look at the two opponents in front of you. You know that if you beat them, then you have respect from around the country. So it's gaining respect type of thing.
Julian, how does this game feel in terms of a major rivalry? It's only your second year back in the league, but LSU is kind of being the team. You guys are getting targeted to be the big rival going forward. It's a big November game now. How does that feel?
Well, it didn't really matter if Texas A&M said it was a rivalry. It was a rivalry in my book. So I know whenever I see LSU as the next opponent, I know I have to work a little harder, know my assignment a little more, just a little more fired up because I know I'm playing LSU.
Does that feel that way though? Does it feel like
it's becoming a rivalry? It's definitely becoming a rivalry. Everybody's kind of circling LSU out, Texas A&M now, so it's becoming a rivalry.